So here's
That's a
here's a
Genesis, right?
Hyundai. No, this is a Hyundai Ioniq 9.
Hmm.
Really? I mean, and looking at the styling cues on the front end, I mean, it to me the first thing I'm thinking is Genesis, but then again, it's part of the same family.
Yeah.
That's a good looking vehicle. That's sweet.
Yep. So that is Hyundai's answer to the Kia EV9. So it's a three-row, I would say
Hmm.
mid-size all-electric sport utility vehicle. So it's going to have a 300-ish mile range, 300 to mid 300s.
That looks a lot bigger than the Kia EV9.
Well, it's all depends on, the exact cut and where you're standing. They have the same wheelbase and everything though.
Okay. It just seems like the EV9 is a lot lower to the ground and not quite so SUV-esque, if you will. I mean, the EV9 is a sweet vehicle, absolutely. Okay, so I see the Genesis wings on the front. So which Genesis model is that?
So this is the refreshed GV60, which is Genesis only dedicated electric vehicles. So of course you have the GV70, which can have turbo 4 and 6 cylinder engines, or it can be the electrified GV70. The same with the G80, uh, but this is a pure electric. The GV60 only
Nice,
comes with electric powertrain.
nice looking. It seems like everything Hyundai and Kia is putting out is just turning to gold. I
Hmm.
was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and you know, years ago when you saw uh, a Toyota or a Honda, it was a Ford or a Chevy that didn't get sold, right? Today, you see a Hyundai or a Kia, it's a Toyota or a Honda that didn't get sold. I mean,
Yeah.
it is, and they're the hottest franchises that are out there, it seems. When you look at automotive news, I mean, you don't see those turning very often. It's other makes that are turning and burning, and it just especially Genesis right now. They are hot, very hot. So what you got here? It's Lucid. Again, I'm assuming that that's an all electric vehicle as well.
Yep. So that's the Gravity, which is the sport utility answer to the Lucid Air, which of course, as a ultra luxury, ultra high performance car, they were slightly missing the boat, so they came out with the Gravity as soon as they could, which is the sport utility
Mhm.
version.
Now, as far as Lucid goes, those are also direct to consumer.
Yep.
Okay, okay. I didn't think they have any arrangements for servicing with other dealers like we were talking about Polestar and Volvo. Do you know of any?
No, but they do set up their own service centers. Some of them independently, like Rivian sets up service centers in Pep Boys locations sometimes.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, interesting. I mean,
Wait.
historically going back, when the first Model Ts hit the bricks, there wasn't a whole dealer network for Ford Motor Company. They got
No,
drop
they
shipped to
were
local dealership. I mean, you know, fuel
blacksmiths.
retailers,
Yeah.
blacksmiths or some of them, yeah, wagon builders. But
Yep.
it had to be PDI'd by a local gas station, or service station at the time. And if you ever had a chance to go down to Key West, like I have a few times, and you go to the Hemingway Museum, one of the reasons Ernest Hemingway was in Key West, he and his wife had just left Havana on vacation, and they were in Key West waiting for the delivery of a Ford model to be delivered there. And they got held up in production, so he wound up staying down there for about 6 weeks waiting for it to come. And I believe that's when he wrote Farewell to Arms. And the thing about it is, when you look at a copy of the FOB, it was to a particular service station there for him to go pick it up and take delivery on it. So, again, you're looking at what's going on here 100 years later. It's the same thing for these electric vehicle manufacturers. They got to have somebody to place to have the vehicle, you know, service for delivery, hell, even if it's just to take the plastic off of it, and make sure everything works. So it's just strange how, everything old is new again.
Yeah, I think a lot of them, what they do is, well, they're ordered through the internet most of the time, and then if, for instance, if you're in Louisiana, they will then have to deliver it from a licensed service center, or you'll have to go pick it up in a state that allows non-franchise dealer sales.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things here in Louisiana. They haven't changed any of the laws. They don't have direct consumer here. And, so there's Teslas running around. So either they're pre-owned or, to your point, they were picked up across the state line over in Texas where they are.
Yep. So the RAV4 got a significant redesign for 2026.
Yeah, I can
And
see
then one
that.
of the
I'll
things,
do. Yeah, and that's a look that Toyota's going to across the board. It's a little more boxy, a little more, edgy, if you will.
Looks like a Subaru to me.
oh, well,
I'm
Subaru
sure
and
the folks with
Toyota,
Toyota don't want to hear that, but
well,
you're
they're
not
in
wrong.
cahoots.
Okay.
They share a couple of models. I mean, they share the BRZ and the GR86, and of course they share the all-electric Solterra with the BZ.
Yeah, and that's a great
And so
point. But
the RAV4 has the big change on the engineering in the RAV4 is that there is no more RAV4.
Nope.
It used to be you had RAV4, RAV4 Hybrid, and RAV4 Prime. Now you only have RAV4 Hybrid and RAV4 Plug-in Hybrid. They also dropped the Prime name like they did with the Prius a couple of years ago.
yeah, but if you look at again, just generally for Toyota, when you look at the new Land Cruiser, when you look at the new um, Forerunners, when you look at, again, in this case, the RAV4, again, just a lot more edgier styling. You see the bulging headlamps and tail lamps that just give it a beefier look. And you see the fender flares on there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Tacoma, Tundra, yeah, all those.
they all, yeah, but it's not just straight sheet metal. There's bends and cuts and straight edges and things like this. I mean, that's a good looking, contemporary piece, in my opinion. I think they hit that one right on the mark.
Well, it reminds me a little bit of, say, a 1957 Chevy. 1957, you had the jet age, and so those cars had a huge tail fins, which were, meant to imitate the new jets. They were
Oh,
just
absolutely. Yeah,
they had the
Harley Earl
huge,
was a big guy that was
big,
involved in
huge round things that looked like jet exhausts and everything. I mean, obviously the one in the Chrysler Turbine car was the biggest, but Fords had the big round taillights that looked like jet exhaust. Now, what is the cutting edge of aeronautics right now? That would be stealth technology. And those have edgy, boxy shapes that are meant to scatter radar unpredictably and make those vehicles invisible up in the sky. And so, I think a lot of that evokes kind of a stealth fighter or a stealth bomber look in some of these newer vehicles.
Oh, I totally agree with you. And
That
that's
makes
a point
sense.
well taken. What'd you say? I'm sorry, Walter.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's Harley Earl, his influence was, the bombers that were built. Again, back then General Motors built a lot of the war planes that were in the sky. And a lot of that styling made it into the early 50s models, when they retooled after the war to offer the brand new vehicles, in 50 and 51. And to your point, when you look at, you know, you think of the Chrysler model lines in the late 50s with the big fins and Cadillac, when you look at a 59 Fleetwood with those huge fins that were there, with mimicking what, jet fighters look like.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you and it really helps out.